So, first of all, ways in which you can support entrepreneur is you should examine your retail market. What type of retail businesses can grow in your community? So you should also help your community identify retail opportunities for local entrepreneurs with a retail trade analysis. Then two says that you should support rural business transfers. Okay, so you should consider ways in which your town or your locality, your community can support business succession, including ways of attracting new entrepreneurs to your community. Three, you should amplify your community's efforts. Yes, you can use technological assistance, that be technical assistance and evaluation to amplify your community's efforts. Then you should connect with other communities. Yes, connectivity is very important. And finally, you should consult with extension. You should connect with an extension community economics educator to take advantage of education and research that Are you there? Unmute yourself.
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? Hello. Oh no, you say I'm in the meeting. Can you hear me, please?
Yes, yes,
Ah, okay, okay,
I can hear you.
okay.
Can continue from here.
All right. Good evening, everyone. Sorry for my network because I'm on a site and where I am, the network is a bit bad. So sorry for the inconveniences. Okay, it's going to be a very brief and interactive sessions. As my colleague just walked you through some few processes and some few stuff concerning entrepreneur, defining who an entrepreneur is, how he or she can help the society. Now, as an entrepreneur who is a visionary or a problem solver, when you define or you identify a problem, you came up with a solution. Now, after coming up with a solution, there are some steps you need to follow. Those steps are you have what we call work etiquette. Who can give me a slight understanding of his or her work etiquette, please? You can raise your hands or type in the chat. I wanted the session to be a more interactive. Anyone, please? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Ah, okay, okay. So anyone, please? Or should I call names? Should I mention you by names? Ibrahim. Any idea? Ibrahim, are you here with us? Okay. What etiquette or business etiquette is just a number of rules as an entrepreneur, as a business owner, you are supposed to know when dealing with a client, when dealing with partners, when going for a meeting. We have some rules we need to follow. Those rules are recognition, which means what? When you come to a meeting, you need to approach the person not as approaching your friends. If it's a partner, you need to mention the person by name. You need to greet, you know, to acknowledge people. When someone has made a statement, for example, and you listen to the statement or give a pitch, you listen to the pitch, you need to acknowledge the person. Also, you have to treat people with respect. Know how to apologize. Even if you are right, some of the time, know how to apologize. Know your value, courtesy. Know how to respond to people before meeting. How the dress code, how can you dress to go to a meeting? Is it a normal meeting? Is it a casual meeting? Is it a business meeting? How will you dress? Your hygiene, the table manners, if you are going for a meeting, you need to know all those things. During the meeting, how can you take time to address people? Maintain eye contact. When you are talking to someone and you look in the sky, it shows some kind of disrespect to the person. You have to maintain high contact, minimize conversation, pay attention, always show gratitude and be polite and professional. Know how and which form of communication tools and skills you are supposed to apply during a particular meeting. Meeting with your friends is different, like meeting your partners. Those things are very important to build yourself a name. Then, after building a company, coming up with a solution to make money, because entrepreneurship is all about making money. If I use this, I may use this word. How can you or how will you be moved from a place to another? We have what we call social media. Social media nowadays is a very important tool, a powerful tool you can use to sell your product, to uh, build yourself some brand names and to build yourself some kind of reputations. But how would you go about it? How can you use social media in a very interesting way? When we mention social media, what comes into your mind, if someone can quickly respond before we proceed? I want to feel like you are listening to me and the session should be more interactive, please. If someone can give an idea about social media, what you understand by social media, please.
So that rise Gary in excess. You go drink Gary.
Hello.
I think you should mute him automatically.
Can you hear me, please?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, anyone to contribute? All right. Social media is a tool for communication. Basically, it has been designed to communicate. In the modern or olden days, our parents used to communicate via letters and some, let's say, uh, using people through communication. For example, if I'm traveling from Kano to Lagos, for example, and I have siblings in Lagos, I will easily tell my people or the person traveling to Kano or to Lagos what I want my siblings to listen or to receive as message. The person will travel all the way. How long it takes, I don't know. But after arriving, before the person will transmit the message, and if it's an emergency, before the message gets to the destination, the deed is done. But nowadays, we have social media with your gadgets. A simple click on your phone, You can reach out to someone outside the country, within the country, and wherever. So we can make good use of this to be able to sell our product. Nowadays, most people use Instagram, Telegram, WhatsApp, Facebook, and various means or social media platform to sell their products. How would you build yourself like a good brand? How would you use social media to be able to market yourself? Digital marketing is something that is very crucial nowadays. Everyone is rushing towards digital marketing. But if you have proper knowledge, you don't have to struggle a lot. But if you lack knowledge, you have good idea, you have good proposal, you have good business, but you won't be able to sell, you won't be able to run it the way you expect because you don't have the right tool to use. You don't know the right thing to do at the right time. So social media opens door for opinion reviews. When you upload your product on Facebook, for example, people will go and see and say, oh, this product is good, this product is good. The comment, the feedback that will come will help you to either change or try to improve in your services. Social media also will bring you brand mentoring. People can see your content and come to you and try to approach you and make you correct some of the mistakes. It gives you some exposure because of you can be in Nigeria, for example, someone in the US or in the UK can see your product like and try to win or come and patronize you as well. So social media is very key. It gives you a wise allocation resources, strategic and brand expertise, as I mentioned earlier. It helps you to have knowledge, to gain knowledge, to have partnership, and to gain in popularity as well. Social media can help you to easily sell. For example, I can patronize your goods or your product. I like it. I will be talking to my friends around me. Before you realize, I brought 4 or 5, 10 customers and so many customers to you without you reaching out to those people. But simple means of communication through social media, it helps you. It helps you to be smart, go creative. So nowadays, as an entrepreneur, you can be, instead of going to internet, just waste your data. You can use your phone, you can use your laptop, your device, mobile devices to build yourself some reputation and some good names. Now, after having a very good reputation, having a very unique brand, how will you deal with your customers? It's very important. Customer service is what we summarize as attending to the customer and after service as well. Because when you deal with your customers before and after purchase, what will happen? Someone can come and lay a complaint. Someone can come to you and say that, no, I don't like the way you treat me. But the way you react will either maintain the customer or chase him or her away. So as an entrepreneur, as a businessman, you need to know all those things. You need to personalize your customize your services to be unique in a way that when people are doing the same thing you are doing, but there should be a difference. We are all selling clothes, for example. But the way I brand myself, the way I attend to my client will either bring more clients to me or chase them away. You need to employ the right people with the right skills. For example, we are in the shop, we sell product. But if I employ the wrong people who don't know about my product, who will come and explain to client and try to win their hearts, it's a loss. We have good product, but we have bad staff to be able to talk about our product and to be able to convince customers to use the way. They might come with a thought in mind, but the way I interact with them, the way my staff will convince them, will give them a new or a different look, a different view about the product or about whatever they come to do. Also, we need to be friendly. We need to be friendly and approachable. When someone comes to your shop, you can't be squeezing your face. You have to be smiling to the person. You have to approach the person with a smile. Despite your personal issues, it shouldn't interact or affect your business. Always pay attention to customers' complaint. When someone complains about your product, the way you do, how you respond to them. You need also to know your product. As I mentioned earlier, listen to customers' feedback, pay attention, make change accordingly. And also you have to provide follow-up to your customers. For example, during the festive season, you can say, oh, this person, this individual, for example, Ibrahim came to my shop last month. This is a festive season. Let me just send a message to wish him maybe happy birthday, because he has patronized your goods and you want to show gratitude to him. Oh, Ibrahim, we wish you a happy birthday on this special day of yours. You see, the person will be like, oh, wow, I've gone to this shop, but they remember me. It's very important. It will help you to maintain customers. It help you to keep a good and basic relationship with your customers as well. Customer service is very important, is a key factor for you when you are building yourself a name. Also, after having this solid customer service, we have the word corruption. Corruption is like a disease all over in Africa. How, as an entrepreneur, what will you do? How will you react when facing corruption? Because, for example, when you have a small business, you go to register your business, someone somewhere will say, oh, before you get access to this paper, you need to do this and do that. You might be discouraged and you walk away. You might be bold and continue without giving up or giving in to the person. So what will you do? You need to know the right thing to do, and you need to do the right thing as a business owner, because it must bounce back to you at any point in time. So we need to be focused, know what to do, the right thing to do at the right time, and be bold, because you might know that, oh, if I refuse to give in to this person a proposition, definitely there will be a payback. The person will pay me back in the wrong way. So what should I do? I should be bold enough to say, no, I won't do it the way I'm expected. I will do it the right way, and I'm ready to face the consequences. It's very important to know how to overcome and overlook the corruption temptation, though it's here in Africa, is really something that is deteriorating in Africa. But we need to be conscious of corruption as entrepreneurs and try to take measures accordingly. What do we mean by sustainability? Sustainability is just to create a better way of living around you. Your business should not destroy your environment. In names of making money, I might compromise my environment, destroy the community, destroy the country at large. It is really, really important to be conscious of those things. When you are building yourself some name, when you are building your business, you should be thankful of your environmental growth, your environmental impact. How is my business going to affect my environment? How my business is going to affect my community? You need to think of it. We have social sustainability, how to be social, how your impact, having an impact around you, how your business might affect people around you in a good way, how your environment could be deteriorated. People have bad impression about sustainability, that is just for rich people. It's all about green pasture, it's expensive. No, everyone can do something to better the environment around us. So we need to be conscious of this, and we need to think ahead. There are a lot of opportunities nowadays. You can use solar, for example. People are making money after solar system and water recycling and so many things. But how will you do it the right way, not to destroy your environment? I'm just brief about those points because of the time. But there is so much to talk about when it comes to sustainability. Maybe another time when we meet, we can try to have some good conversation, how your social impact in your community, your environment, and people around you, how they can benefit from your idea, for your innovation, when you want to bring out a solution to your community as well. We have a little of activity here. As a business owner, you might be facing some investors somewhere, people who are ready to help you on that journey to go and sponsor your business and finance your business. If you have a slight occasion, for example, you are going somewhere at the supermarket with you are in the elevator and you meet with Dangote, you have let's say 50 seconds to tell him to help you. How would you do? How would you be able to achieve this in just a few seconds? In UPG Biashara, we are trained to have this conversation, like this type of, to use this kind of opportunity to make good use of it. So we have a shorter way to introduce yourself, which consists of you. You can go by this way. I am, you mention your name, and I help. You mention what you do and how you do the thing. So the example is here. For example, I am an agripreneur and I work with local batches to provide them fresh chicken grow in their natural environment and chilled poultry products that are free from antibiotics, growth hormones, and other additives. So you mention your name. I am, hey, I like Ibrahim. Okay, I am Ibrahim, for example, and I'm this, I do that, and I do that in a very simple way. How can you, as if you want to extend it, you will start with the present situation. Presently, I'm doing this. In the past, I used to be, about your experience in the past and your expectations, your future, what you want, you intend to do in the future. Because of time, I won't go into more details. But at the end of the session, you will have time to have some questions, answers. I will skip the practical because of time. And before we come to question and answer, uh, for me to open the floor, let's briefly talk about UPG. Why are we meeting tonight? I think in the beginning, my colleague mentioned earlier that UPG Biashara is an NGO that helps young people or that help entrepreneurs to bring their ideas into reality. What I meant is, through UPG, you will have access to training sessions, action sessions, whereby you will be meeting sponsors, you'll be meeting mentors, you'll be meeting your fellow entrepreneurs from all over the world to help you in your journey of success in your success journey. Sorry. So at UPG, we have training sessions which you have to apply. You apply if you are given your application is okay and you are given access. You will go to the lectures, which is a 6-week training. You learned a lot about entrepreneurship, work ethic, so much topic to talk about in lesser time. So after that, when you are certified, you can have access to funds. We have some, you have global network, meeting people from all over the world. We have what we call tribe in UPG. Tribes are like sub teams. When we meet, we share ideas. We do things in the small way to be able to know each other and to help each other also. And we have sponsorship. There are funds coming. So sponsors will come. For example, someone will say, okay, this year I have this amount of money to help young people. So if you are qualified, you just apply. If you are qualified, you are granted. And we have also some kind of a meeting, physical meeting, whereby people can travel. For example, in my tribe this year, one of us went to US for a week. She went there for weeks to pitch and to talk about her business, and we are waiting for the feedback. If she's granted funds, she will start a project very soon. So UPG will help you to. Sorry for the disturbance. I was attending to something here. So that's it. That's all about UPG. You will have more time, like amplified time to ask your questions about UPG, what we do, how to integrate it. But the good news is everything is free. It's not like someone will come and disturb you. You need to pay any money to enroll into UPG. What you can do is to apply. When you are granted, you are good to go. But it requires time. The lectures, depending on the time, for example, when we were having some sessions, some of our colleagues were at, I think the session is at 8 o'clock Ghanaian time, which is 10 and p.m. somewhere, which is, so those colleagues were struggling, but they were able to come on board. So it requires time dedication. When you are dedicated and you are done with your training, you go to the action journey, you can be granted funds to sponsor your product, to sponsor your project and also. So I will give the floor to my colleague to take it from there. And if anyone has a question, you can go ahead. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for that wonderful session. If you have questions, please just do well to ask. He's willing to give a very profound answer.
Okay, thank you so
Okay,
much, Shakina, for your question.
okay.
How do you become part of UPG? Is, as I mentioned earlier, you need to apply. The application will be open somewhere in August. So if you are interested, you can get your contact, and when the application is open, you just apply. You apply and wait for the answer. If you are good, you are admitted, you are good to go. You go to the next step. You're welcome.
I think this meeting will soon end. Like Zoom will soon end it. Are you
Okay.
there?
Thank you so much for your time. I will give the floor to my colleague to close the session because we are almost at the end, and to give a closing remarks. Thank you so much for your time.
Okay, thank you very much for that wonderful session. Thanks everyone for your time. To add to what he said, if you want to join UPG, the application will soon be open. You can follow them on social media, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter. You are going to, when the application is open, you see that they're going to post it on their page, or I personally can actually send it to you in case you want to apply. So thanks very much for your time. I hope that we've learned something very beneficial from this session. We hope to be able to organize more of this, and we hope to see you there. We hope to see you make good use of the lectures you've got today. Maybe take steps and put them into action. Thank you very much. Good night, everyone. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Yeah.